Here we go. Monday night, Bobby Maximus Live. Now, the title of tonight's live, Men Over 40. This is the program you need, but this isn't limited to men over 40. Women over 40, men over 20. You could benefit from this advice. The advice that I'm going to give you now is advice that if I could go back in time, I would give a 20-year-old me. Why? Because the principles are the same, because it matters, and because the sooner you get on this program, the sooner you will set the foundation for a better life, whether that's in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, your 70s, your 80s, or your 90s, all right? My grandmother is now 97 years old, and she can still travel. She's still viable. She can move. She cooks. She cleans. Quality of life in our later years is, without a doubt, everything. And it's a message for me that hit home when I turned 20 years old. My dad died at 49 of a heart attack. If he would have lived, his quality of life would have been extremely diminished. So at 20 years old, working out became less about vanity, less about an escape from bullying, less about sport performance, and more about a vehicle to make my life better for the rest of my days left on this earth. So whoever you are, wherever you are, you need to get that message through your head. Today, we're going to talk about the program, about 3 simple things that you can do to become more fit, to be healthier, and build a solid foundation upon which the rest of your life will live. In the process, we're going to do a little question and answer. So if you got questions, comments, concerns, put them in the chat. I will answer them. Speaking of that, Singing Dancing Muscle Man, you have been here before. You've been very kind, a positive contributor to the community. So thank you very much for that. It is great to see you again. Make sure that in this process, you get your supers in. You get memberships to the channel. It's really difficult to make content. I'm not going to tell you that it's easy. I'm not going to tell you that it is free. Supers, memberships, supporting my channel, those are the things that help me make more content. And the more content that I can create, the more I can help you. And during this whole thing, I can promise you that I will always tell you the straight truth when it comes to fitness. There's no hacks. There's no gimmicks. There's no 3 easy payments of $9.99 here. I will give you the straight truth when it comes to fitness. It might not be the answer you want to hear, but it's the answer, honestly, that you deserve and need to hear. So all that said, let's talk about this program. Moaz Hunter, you like my beard. Thank you very much. I appreciate the compliments. I will take any compliment that I can get. Compliments also make me feel good in the comments, all right? And the more content you make, the better your life will get. Absolutely. I really, really believe in the power of positivity. And if we all could just contribute positive content to this world, our lives would be better, our days would be better, our social media experience would be better. So let's talk about the program now. Sachi K, hello from New Zealand, one of my favorite countries on earth, home of Helm's Deep, the home of the Shire, the home of the greatest movie franchise of all time. And there are some axes that were used in The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, shot in the beautiful, beautiful country of New Zealand. All right, so let's talk about this program. Okay, the number one thing we got to do, guys, ladies, here's the deal. You got to be active every day. Now, I used to say you had to work out every day. And while that's probably true for a 16-year-old because you can handle the volume, well, it's probably true for a 20-year-old because you can handle the volume. It's probably even true for a 25-year-old. In your 40s, you don't necessarily have to work out every day, but I need you to move your body every day. I need you to be active every day. So what does that look like? Let's go over the different categories of how you can move every day or how you can be active. And excuse me, while I just drink down a little bit of my protein shake. I'm a little bit behind on my meals today. I have been multitasking. Monday is my busiest day of the week, so I got to feed the machine somehow. All right. So the first way you're going to move every day is a formalized workout. This could be some type of resistance training or some type of dedicated cardiovascular effort. I'm going to say with some type of intervals or some type of harder capacity, all right? It's like a dedicated workout that you're going to do. Usually done at a gym, but you can do it in your backyard, you can do it in your garage, you can do it anywhere. But some type of dedicated resistance training. Ideally, this is 30 to 45 minutes. However, you can go longer than 45 minutes if you have the time, and you can get shorter. You can get a lot of quality work done in 10 minutes. There's a workout that I do called 220. It's 10 push-ups, 10 squats, 10 sit-ups every minute on the minute for 20 minutes. You get 200 reps of each. You can do that format for 10 minutes. If you got 100 pull-ups, 100 squats, and 100 sit-ups, and it only took you 10 minutes, that is far better than doing nothing. So you could get a 10-minute resistance training workout in, all right? So here's the deal. Every day you could do some form of working out, strength work, interval work, power endurance type work, a CrossFit type workout. Like there's a bunch of stuff, high rocks, there's a bunch of stuff that you can do. In fact, my program on the Ladder app is based on dumbbells and body weight, and people get an incredible result doing that type of work. It's actually the program I'm using right now to train for the World Jiu-Jitsu Championships in August in Las Vegas, okay? So that is one type of way you can move your body. A second way you can move your body is a class, like a yoga class, a Pilates class, something like that. A third way is just a simple walk. When in doubt, walk. If all you did was walk 5K a day, by the end of the year, you would accumulate over 40 full marathons. That's an incredible amount of calories burned. That's an incredible amount of what I call cardiovascular based type fitness that's going to contribute to a long, healthy life and a healthy heart. Even a 30-minute sauna, because your heart rate's going to get elevated, could classify for some type of cardiovascular effort. Maybe it's not a formal walk, a formal workout, a class, anything like that at all. Maybe it's landscaping. Maybe it's if it's winter, shoveling your driveway. Maybe it is moving furniture, like it's something to keep you active. Even stairs can be a great form of activity. Do you know there's a massive correlation between life expectancy and living in a house with stairs? The minute you move into a flat apartment, the quality of life goes down because you miss the strengthening of walking up and down the stairs every day. It's something we take for granted. But in an aged population, it's absolutely essential to live in a house with stairs and climb those stairs every single day. So that's going to cover off your physical activity. And the more you can move, the better. The human body, the human being, if you will, was not meant to sit in a chair all day. I wish I could do this live just walking around. I might start doing these lives taking you on walks because I would much rather move than sit around. So I want you to move literally as much as possible. And for all you people that believe in overtraining for the most part is a myth. The kind of people that overtrain are Olympic athletes, people that are training 1,000 hours a year for a decade at a time. We're talking 20 hours a week of exercise. Your 5, 6, 7, your 10-hour-a-week workout program, you will not overtrain on that, okay? I don't care what Mike Mentzer said. I don't care what these other influencers say. Your body is meant to move, and you need to move more. So that's number one. Singing, dancing, muscle man for a 205-pound, 37-year-old male at 20 to 25% body fat. How many daily steps equals adequate activity for a non-training day? So a lot of the literature to get like a base cardiovascular effect, it actually doesn't say 10,000 steps, it says 7,500 steps. So if you want some basic cardiovascular health, 7,500 steps is the minimum. It doesn't seem to increase your cardiovascular health to go up to 10 or 12,000 steps. But where that's going to help is it's going to help with fat loss. So I want you to look at fat loss like a credit card. There is 3,600 calories in a pound of fat. So at 20 to 25% body fat, this 205-pound male has some extra fat that they need to burn. I'm going to say if a percent is 2 pounds in the 205-pound case, that person's got to lose about 10% of their body fat. That's 20 pounds of fat. So take your calculator out. What's 20 times 3,600? That's 73,000 extra calories that need to be burned. So if you can burn 100 extra calories a day, 365 days a year from just walking, that's 36,000 of that balance taken care of. You're down 10 pounds of fat already. If you can get it up to 200 extra calories a day burned, well, now there's your 20 pounds of fat. That's literally all it takes. So the extra steps, how I look at that, 7,500 for the base fitness benefit, but every step beyond that, you're basically paying off that credit card balance, if that makes sense. Sachi K, 45 years old. I work out 4 days a week. Also play in a metal band, so I get good cardio from metal drumming, and also 1 or 2 times a week, 5K jog for the mental release. That sounds like a good amount of activity. The question for you is, how do you feel about your body? Do you like the way you look? Do you like the way you feel? Do you feel that it is enough? Because each and every one of us can always do a little more time in the sauna, a little more walking, a little more stretching, a little more mobility. It always helps. So that's number one. Number two, you got to eat clean, guys. And you'll hear me talking about the 90-10 diet, but the 90-10 diet, honestly, it's not even enough. A 95-5 is better, 100-0 is better. I want you to get rid of as much processed food as possible. Now, I'm not saying you can't have a little fun every now and then, but you can't have fun every single day. And if you do, you got to make sure it's pure ingredients. I'm going to make a pizza tonight, in full disclosure, but it's not a cheap pizza. It's handmade crust from 3 ingredients. It's sauce I made myself. It's real cheese. It's real pepperoni. Like, this is a different class of pizza than something you're going to find at Little Caesars or Domino's or Pizza Hut. So even when you think you're cheating, I want you to eat as clean as humanly possible. If you're going to have some type of beverage, make sure you're drinking top shelf. If you're going to have soda, I would prefer you to drink the soda with the cane sugar, not the processed sugar that's made in a lab. If you're going to have ice cream, I want something with 4 ingredients like Haagen-Dazs vanilla, right? You can have a little fun, but you got to cheat in style. You got to cheat in class. You got to cheat up, all right? So eating, and the closer you are to 100-0, the more progress you're going to make, right? Like, if you go out to eat, don't eat fast food. Eat at a Michelin star restaurant or a James Beard restaurant or a restaurant where the food is made from hand. So I want you to make sure you are eating as clean as humanly possible. And this stuff adds up. You might not think that like a soda every day is a problem, but can you imagine by the end of the year, you have 365 sodas? Your average adult has 636 beverages a year. Adult beverages. You have any idea how much it is? I haven't had that much in my life. That's the stuff that's going to come back to get you in your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, your 70s. So I want you to eat as clean as possible. I want you to keep your stick on the ice when it comes to this. Chris Harness TV says, feeling kind of depressed right now. Found out via blood test I may have hypothyroidism. Need an ultrasound and another blood test to verify. The good news might be that this condition could be, I'm just waiting for the finishing on your comment before I will respond. So get that to me. I would love to hear more about this, Chris. And I understand that right now you might be scared. You might be anxious, but I want you to breathe. I want you to take this one step at a time. The cause of my insulin resistance, even though I'm only 15% body fat at 125, I eat clean, low carb, but that hasn't helped with the blood sugar. All right, so the first thing is you might have been dealt a bad hand. There's nothing we can do about that. All we can do is control how we're going to deal with this in the future. So You say you're still motivated to keep weight training and growing muscle. If I have to take proper medication to take care of this, then so be it. You still want to work out every day. Even if you need medication, you still want to exercise every day. You still want to eat healthy. You want to get as much sun as possible. You want to sleep in a completely blacked out environment. What I want you to do is control every variable that you can control. I also want you to remember that you're not alone. You're not the only person in this world that has hypothyroidism. There's a lot of good medication for you, a lot of things that will help you, that will allow you to live a completely normal and healthy life. And then number 3, have faith that your efforts will pay off. Have faith that you're strong enough to get through anything. We all deal with hardships, some harder than others. But I promise you, you're a strong enough person to get through this. So those 3 things, remember that. And I wish you the best. You're in my thoughts, you're in my prayers. Stop by again and let me know how you're doing. I would love to hear the result of this latest test and how you plan to tackle it. But I promise you, you will get through this. All right. I'm not a big fan on the low carb stuff. If you're going to have the thing, have the thing. All right. My kind of thing is I'd rather drink the real thing, but limit how much I have of it than using that as a way to just keep engaging in this behavior, right? Like sugar-free ice cream. Remember that Halo Top ice cream? I'd rather have just Haagen-Dazs and have less of it. It's more satisfying. Singing, dancing, muscle man. Look at the fasting. There are documented cases of hypothyroidism being cured by fasting. That's actually true. Fasting could really, really help you. So that's a great call out, singing, dancing, muscle man. All right. So with the diet, we got to keep it as strict as possible. And the stricter you go, the better result you're going to see. The final thing is, well, actually, I'm going to give you 4 today. I'm going to give you 3A and 3B. 3A is sleep. I know you think you can't sleep more. You can. I want as much sleep as possible. And I'm not even going to tell you 7 to 8 hours in a completely blacked out environment. I just want more sleep right now. An extra 15 minutes a night, an extra 30 minutes a night, an extra hour a night would absolutely change your life. Do you realize an extra hour a night? Like if you went from 5 hours sleep to 6 hours sleep at night, you would get an extra night's sleep every single week. Your testosterone will be higher, your human growth hormone will be higher, your energy levels will be higher, you'll be happier, you'll be healthier, your immune system would be better. Like sleep is the key. Now, if you want some sleep hygiene stuff, completely blacked out environment, I don't even want like a little LED light in there. I want a temperature controlled room. I want it in the low 60s if you can get it that cold. I actually have a separate air conditioning unit in my bedroom for that reason. A weighted blanket can help. Sleep with socks, cold head, warm feet. If your sleep hygiene goes up and the quantity of your sleep, it is like turning back time. It's the literal fountain of youth. Trust me on that. I never, ever, ever compromise sleep. So I just want to be clear on that. All right. And then 3B. Guys, we need some self-care. Self-care is not weak. You don't have to shoulder everything yourself. Get yourself a therapist. Get yourself somebody to talk to. Indulge in something you really enjoy. Get a hobby. But I want some real, genuine self-care. We weren't meant to work all day and work our lives away to support somebody else. I need you to support you. I need you to invest in you first. I need you to put you first. Now, this all sounds simple. It's not easy, but it is simple, and it's literally 98% of the process. We're looking for hacks. We're looking for gimmicks. We're looking for 3 easy payments of $9.99. You're looking for that ice bath. You're looking for creatine. You're looking for protein powder. You're looking for fish oil. You're looking for all these supplements, right? I am telling you right now, from somebody that takes supplements, from somebody that has an ice bath, from somebody that, like, no stone unturned with me, okay? 98% of the process literally is exercise every day, sleep more, and good eating. Whoever's watching this right now, I will promise you, If you slept 8 hours a night in a completely blanked out or blanked, blacked out environment, if you didn't have a processed food for a year, if you slept like that for a year, you didn't have a processed food for a year, and every single day you were just active, like you just alternated days. One day working out, the next day a walk or a swim. One day working out, the next day a walk or a swim. One day working out, the next day a walk or a bike ride. If that's what you did for a year, I promise at the end of the year, every single person watching this would be better than they are now. Literally, that's all it takes. The reason you've been spinning your wheels, the reason you're looking for hacks and shortcuts and 3 easy payments at $9.99 is you just haven't done that. And I'm going to leave you today with a little bit of a math lesson. So last week you worked out 3 times and you thought you crushed it. You patted yourself on the back. Do you know that working out 3 out of 7 days of the week is 42% of the time you showed up? In what industry do you think you can show up 42% of the time and see a massive result? But Bobby, I go 4 days a week. Great. 57%. You think that's a good score? You think that's a good grade? Bobby, I went 5 times. You're only at 71% now. Even if you go 6 times out of 7, that's only 85%. That's not stellar. Like you're not even in the 90s yet. So if you could get that through your head, if you just showed up every single day, if you slept good every single night, if you ate right for an entire year straight, you would be a radically, radically different person. It's literally that simple. Not easy, but it's literally that simple. And everything else, that's that last 2%. Michael Glassmaker, my guy. Agree, Bobby. It takes to work to achieve your goals. Not easy, but well worth it in the long run. Absolutely. And the investment you will put in yourself, it 100% is worth it. You know, I want to leave you with a story, actually, not a math lesson. This is an important story. I want you to listen up. I have a really good friend and training partner of mine who's an occupational therapist. And he goes to people's homes, people's in their 30s, people in their 40s, people in their 50s. They can't get up and down their own stairs. They can't get stuff out of their cupboard. Some of them are so out of shape, they need assistance to live. And every single person that's in that boat, they wish with everything in their soul and heart that they would have taken care of themselves earlier, that they would have started a strengthening program earlier, that they would have done something before they had to have an occupational therapist come in their house. It's not doom and gloom. That's just a fact. And a lot of people are worse off than you can even imagine. So if you're watching this, don't let that be you. If you got 30 pounds to lose it now before you blow your knee, and then you put on another 30 pounds, and then you're really behind the 8 ball, right? And that happens to a lot of people. We always think there's a tomorrow. There wasn't a tomorrow for my dad. You know, I remember him talking, I got to lose some weight. I got to get in shape. He never thought he dropped dead of a heart attack at 49. And the biggest wish that I have is I could just give him a hug right now, that he could see his grandkids. But he always thought he had tomorrow. Sometimes there is no tomorrow, all right? This is your life. You have one body. You have one existence on this planet. Please, whoever you are, wherever you are, take it from me, a kid that lost his dad that desperately misses him. Take it from my dad, who would love to see all the things that I've accomplished. My dad would take so much pride in the stuff I've done. You know how happy he would have been to see me fight in the UFC? How much pride he would have taken in that? But he never got to see it. You know how much he would have loved to see his grandkids? Never got to see it. Just don't let that be you. And you might think it's not you, but it might be. We had a really good friend that's in relatively good shape that had the Widowmaker heart attack. And fortunately, he survived, but like things could have went really, really different. Thankfully, he was in good shape, okay? So just whoever you are, wherever you are, take care of yourself. And do me a favor, go have yourself a tremendous week. I appreciate you. I appreciate your support. I appreciate the time that you spend with me tuning in for these lives. You know what I mean? It's a real blessing. It's a real gift to have people that do want to listen to you and do want to interact with you. So for all of you that support me from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And on that note, I'm going to go do some self-care now. I'm going to eat my homemade pizza. I'm going to play some Final Fantasy IV. I'm going to do some stuff with my Magic the Gathering cards. I'm going to check in with my clients because I love helping other people and love seeing them succeed. It's something that fills my buckets, and I'm going to have a great night. I hope you have a great night too.